mind you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before I thinking I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We gotta party for a lifetime. Oh, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before I thinking I can feel like this, make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow.
Hello, my girl.
got here. Cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Good to see you guys. I've been live with the Leilani Simon uh trial that's going on, but I didn't do a live yesterday. And so my, time's been a little bit off. So it's good to see you guys. I didn't get to see you guys last night. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate it. Today is October 16th, 2024. It is 8:25 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello, my beautiful pearls. It's so good to see you all. Oops. Just going to repeat that again. Whoop. There we go. Sorry. I had the repeat button on. You know how to touch, I guess. It's good to see you all, truly. It is so cold, and I'll heat up this room, and then I get too hot, and then I'll be like, ugh, it's way too hot in here. It makes me, ugh. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put my house coat on. They don't care if I put my house coat on. They'll be all right. They don't care. So, pardon the house code. Um, I fell asleep and woke up at the end of Danny's testimony. Well, it was quite the testimony. You can tell he's deeply affected. You can tell he is deeply affected by it. This, he is, you know, broke down in tears a few times. And this is something that's going to last forever. Leilani, on the other hand, she has cried once that I'm aware of, that I recall at least. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was when the jury came out. And I think that was because it just hit her that this was beginning. In my opinion, she was crying for herself, and she hasn't cried one other time. She has been stone face. It looks like she's been irritated at times, particularly when Danny got here. So, forever Nikki's mom, thank you, my dear. Good to see you. Good to see you. Justin, you are so pretty in pink. Hope you got some rest. Thank you, my dear. Really appreciate you. Yeah, I I made dinner and then I took a nap. So yes, thank you so much. Got to be back up bright and early in the morning for trial again. This is supposed to last what, 2 to 3 weeks. Today was day 3. It feels like day 30. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. What was the significance of the shrimp? Oh, okay. So the the vehicle smelled bad. And she said that she rode around the car with was it shrimp? Like like shrimp, and she left it in the vehicle or the truck or something like that. It's like, my God. Um, I'm cooking shrimp right now. That's what I made for dinner yesterday. Swear, shrimp pasta. Shrimp pasta. Yes, that's what it was. Um, so shrimp with pasta. And of course, it wasn't 2 to 3 weeks, and defense wanted an early end of today after getting a late start. Uh, yeah, yeah. Uh, I'll be honest with you. I mean, there's no such thing as a slam dunk case. Um, I mean, I don't see how anyone, for instance, in my opinion, thought OJ was, you know, not guilty. And that goes with uh she literally left my name, but I can't think of her name right now. She just moved to Tennessee. Uh Casey Anthony. There we go. It just came. Oh, there you go. Now, yeah, there we go. Casey Anthony. But, stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened, y'all. And you know what? I was watching something about O.J. Simpson. He's deceased now. And you know those gloves? If it doesn't fit, you must acquit, right? If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Well, about those, he was wearing gloves underneath of them, and he was doing his hands like this. Justin, is your screen meant to be blank? Can you not see me? I don't know what that means. And okay, what do you mean? Does your screen meant to be blank? Okay. So, leather shrinks after getting wet. Yeah. Well, not only that, he was wearing the exact gloves on some show. I think before, I can't remember if it was before or after all of this taken place, but they were the exact gloves. I was like, oh, allegedly they're saying that was OJ's son. Oh my God. No. There's always those conspiracies, aren't they? Plus, OJ had some pretty bad acting. I tell you that you want to talk about real television, you want to talk about big television. OJ Simpson, the night he was in that Bronco, that was big, big television, right? Guys, before we get started, we've been praying for our dear Maud and her husband, Grace, our sweet Grace, who is a mod here, longtime mod, longtime friend, and friend to this channel, and friends, and to many of you in here. Always, always, her name says exactly what kind of person she is. And she gives grace to a lot of, people she doesn't know, and onward. Our dear Grace, her husband passed away last night at 10, a little after 10 p.m. He was battling cancer for the last some time. And Grace, she's just they're just good people. Grace she has worked in, I'll just say the court systems. She retired there and worked, I'll just say, in the court system for 30 plus years. And she was married to her husband for 50 years. 50 years. And so Grace called me last night, and she's just a good person. She is she's the epitome of class. and a lady, just a real lady. And my phone was at 1% last night, and it was late into the night when she called me, and I knew if Grace called me that late, it was not good. And when she called me, my phone was literally classic Justin 1%. And I text her, I said, give me 1 minute so I can get it to 2% and let me call you back. She didn't say what it was. I said, just can I call you back? Just give me 1 minute. And in her very classy response, knowing I didn't know what happened at this point, she said, yes, please do. Yes, please do. She didn't say what happened or anything. And on the text, and I called her back, and I could tell something was wrong, but she didn't immediately say she's a lady. She didn't immediately say, "Oh, my husband passed," or anything. She went through She's like, "Justin, my husband's been in the hospital for the past week, and it's he's been really sick and everything." Oh, boo, honey, don't. I love you to pieces, but please don't even don't even I don't I love you to pieces. I don't want her even. I let him let them let them. God bless them. If it gives them content, bless them. That's all. If they need it that bad, bless them. Send them blessings. Um, yeah, we don't even mention them. We don't even mention them here. Um, and so she mentioned, and she said she just broke after that. I know, boo. It's okay, boo. It's okay. We don't give those people the for whatever that they are, for their poor behavior, for their lack of anything. Right. Right. Why don't they talk about someone who's murdering children? Right. It's yeah, we're not even going to give them that. But anyway, she's it's okay, boo. It's okay. No worries, honey. I appreciate you. I know what you mean. So my heart was my heart was broke for her last night. Just broke. Yeah. So she I we it's craziness. Now, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Um I wanted to go over some things with Silver on the scene. little commentary on this. If I can find it. I thought I had it pulled up, but I guess I don't. Also, I want to talk about a specific vehicle momentarily as well. We'll get to that in just a minute. Now, love Silver on the scene. He really works really hard, really hard on his content. I think he drives a long ways on his days off just to try to find some answers for Sebastian. Sorry, I got to put this in the link will be provided in the description as well. Make sure you do Silver on the scene. Tina, thank you, my dear. Really good to see you, my love. Good to see you.
Find him and
Whoop.
bring him home.
We'll get to that in just a moment. Make sure is my mic loud? I don't know if the booster's still on or not. Irony Rose, my love, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much, my love. Really appreciate you. Okay, it's perfect. It's good. Oh, thank you for being here for me, Irony. I appreciate you. Always good to see you, my friend. Irony's been through it as well, and she has always remained very classy. Just tell her, keep your chin up. Keep your chin up. But first, we need to beep mother chickens because we just got 5 new pearls.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear
beep,
of the
mother
closing
chickens.
doors, please.
The lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and
Thank you, my dear Irony. Love you to pieces, my friend. Really do appreciate you. Welcome to our new pearls. For those that just received one of those pearl necklaces, congratulations, and make sure you thank our dear Irony Rose. Thank you, sweet Irony. Our Taylor member for 3 months. We love Justin and love one another. Amen. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. We don't have time for anybody else other than the victim and those associated with them, right? Thank you so much, Irony, for 3 continued months. Really do appreciate you, my friend. And there's our Canadian cookie. Y'all, Canadian sent me a photo. What was it? Day before yesterday, Canadian? She has freaking snow on the ground. I mean, it's cold enough for snow to be on the ground here, but she has snow on the ground. I was like, oh my God. I love Canada, but I don't love the snow. Thank you so much, Canadian. Really do appreciate you for gifting 2 pearl necklaces. Really do appreciate you, my dear. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our sweet Canadian cookie. really do appreciate you, my friend. NYC has a drought right now. Well, it's just that, it's like no matter where you live, you're either in a drought or you're in a lifetime storm or a flood or a historic drought, historic flooding, once in a lifetime storm. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm in Texas still so hot. I'm jealous of y'all. Kelly, have you ever been in the cold? Have you ever been in the cold? The only thing you get with the cold is dry skin, chapped lips, sick, and your bones hurt more. That's it. That's all. Oh my God. I'm telling you. I have a lot of family in Texas and all of that, and they're like, "Oh my God, I wish it was snowing here." I'm like, "Shut up, you guys, because you guys have seen the snow like maybe once in your life." Um, I'm in Tennessee, and it's cold. Like, dang, we skipped fall. Yeah, same Ginger, same. Yes. All right, let's get started. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it.
That is the goal.
Hold on.
Let there be no distraction in finding Sebastian. Okay, so let's get back into our video here and what we're going to talk about.
We got some stuff
Say
to
his
talk
name,
about.
Sebastian Rogers. Threw up a little thing to show you what we're going to be talking about,
Really, so.
and kind of give you a rundown. So tonight's video 10/14/24.
Hold on.
Who is into search recap? Okay, it's in the northwest direction, and so
I think it's very important that we need to do a 5-mile radius around the area of Mississippi, in my opinion. The only person that I'm aware of that has really been looking in this area is Silver on the scene. I think they looked around maybe the camping area, but it's awfully interesting in my opinion. And first I want to say there has been no named suspects in the Sebastian Rogers case or persons of interest. Anything that I say today is just purely opinion. Opinion is not fact. I may speak on my hypotheses or theories, but that is it. All individuals spoken about are presumed or are innocent until otherwise, until law enforcement charges them and they are convicted in a court of law. This live is for only informational and or news and or entertainment purposes only. Don't consider anything a fact. Please do your own research in this. So, but I think it's very important that we look in that area because there's one person that we don't know where he was or what he was doing. because he does not put out his timesheet. Justin, they would just clip that part out, probably. Probably. Most probably. Misty, thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate you. God bless Grace and Smiley. That one inspiration. Thank you, my dear. Really appreciate you, my dear, for 2 months, and God bless them. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Good to see you, Summer Jade. Let's get started.
I will explain while I'm searching here a little later when we bring up the new theory, right? But I searched here. I searched back in these woods all around through. Very interesting search. The feelings I got, this pond is very suspect. And at the current time, as of today, 10/14/24, Monday, I do not know how to search water. I don't have any equipment. I don't have a way to just start walking in there. I don't know how deep it could be. So that's one thing I'm looking at, but I'm also reaching out to TBI, FBI, as well as some others to see, A, has this ever been searched? And B, who can we get out there to search it? So that's number one on the list. Let's keep rolling. Number two on the list was this. What is this, ladies and gentlemen? What is this? I'll bring it down a little bit more so you can see here. See my hand? There's a row bar. We got, see here, let's go to rebar, a rebar that I know they use in construction. Of course, this is cement. There's some type of blue tape. You zoom in right here, you're going to see something coming out that could be like a rope or something frayed. It just looked really suspicious out there. This is about three.
You know, those things on the arm, remember that the things on said person's arm? You know, I don't, in my opinion, that's not from a dog. I wish I could find that TikTok video where the creator showed it live. She zoomed in live of that video. Tie downs for boats could be. That could be something for weights used as well. People make those things for weights. It's yours, hindsight? Oh, maybe I'll pull that up. Okay, let me play this real quick. Let me see if I can pull that up because I want to show you something.
3/10 of a mile from the pond, a little bit further from his house. So here I'm at 2.4 miles from the house, and here I'm at 2.7 miles approximately from the house, less than 3 miles. Very suspicious, been reported to the TBI. What else did I find suspicious? Let's throw this up. We'll get to that in a minute. We're jumping ahead of ourselves. Bear with me just 1 second, and we will throw this up. Here we go. Just down from this, and I actually saw the carpet row before I saw the cement. Just down from this, same area. You have this tire, of course, lots of tires always out there, and this big roller carpet. Now, with all the moss and stuff, maybe it's been there a long time, but then again, with the rains and the water, who knows if it's been there 7 months or 2 years. But it's suspicious to me. One, I couldn't move it, really rolled up a lot. It's a lot of carpet. And two, I'm a pretty good ways from
Hey,
the road here.
hindsight.
I'm not just off the road.
Hey, hindsight. Do you know what it's called? Do you know what that video is called on TikTok? Dog needs to reach out to Uvalde's Foundation for Children. Paraphrasing, do not remember their full name. I remember they're posting in their opinion they felt family. They felt like something was going on, right? And they felt like this. They did not really mince words. that they, based upon the information that they was getting, understanding, that this was definitely becoming more toward the criminal side. Oh, really? I'm looking hindsight on your TikTok, but let me see here. Uh, I might have it here. Might. Okay. Okay, let me play this real quick. Let me see. That's it.
So maybe it's so heavy it rode down this far, but it was suspicious. But here's where we get really crazy. Now, let me back up. So this, and the pond have all been reported to TBI. I believe they need to go out there and check these, right? Especially something like this. What is that? I think I say in my video, yes, it's shaped like a head. We'll see. So someone had sent in, as you do, and thank you all, subscribers and watchers. You're watching our videos, and they come in right here, and they were looking at this. Well, you zoom in on this, you're just going to see that this is rock. What, I just lost my foot in there. Hold on one second. What is happening here? Silvers. I think Silvers is still asleep. Okay, here we go. Right here. Okay, what that's going to be is some rock, okay, like slate rock, nothing really to do anything. But what's great about someone pointing this out is it led me to go back and watch the video. So I want to show you something. Let's watch this.
Oh,
Okay.
guys, by the way, this is a very new technology. But Hendersonville is now starting to use flock cameras. Flock cameras. These were created by, I think, a university or a university student. Back in just a few years ago. I'm going to drop this link right here. I want to show you this. We'll get back to this, but I forgot about this. It gives police a lot of extra help, and a lot of people don't know what these are. Hindsight, if you have that video, can you show it to me? Can you
Across
send it to
Hampton
me?
roads, you may have noticed more and more of these popping up. They're black poles with cameras attached to them, typically seen on the side of several busy roads or near some city borders. In Chesapeake, law enforcement officers report the devices giving them a boost with police investigations. Angelique Arontalk has more from Great Bridge, where one of those stands.
A Chesapeake police spokesperson says there are 43 flock safety cameras citywide. They read license plates and store that information along with other details about cars that pass by.
It categorizes vehicles by different characteristics. So things like the make, the model, the color of the car.
Being able to help the police solve crimes, I think it's a good thing.
Chesapeake police officers say Flock is partly responsible for the recovery of 28 firearms, 118 stolen cars, and 4 missing people. They also report catching 90 wanted people and closing 228 cases total, all since installation in September.
That's one little area. It watches these cars. Flock, we're looking. They're becoming a big thing. They're
demonstrable statistics. These show that the cameras are doing their jobs in helping law enforcement do their very important job, which is solving and reducing crime.
Nationwide,
I was going to talk about
are
that.
growing in popularity. Critics are raising concerns over privacy. For Chesapeake residents I spoke with, that
I think this is a very good idea. However, I do feel like, they're getting this. It's kind of an invasion of privacy. But then again, we have to remember that there is no expectation of privacy in public. But I don't know. That's it. It was Georgia Tech. Yep. Alumni.
part is no big deal.
If you perform a crime, you have no more privacy.
Some accept this type of technology as part of the day-to-day.
And we already do that anyways, right? With the traffic lights, the cameras.
A flock safety spokesperson tells me the data collected is stored for 30 days and then deleted unless required otherwise by the locality. In Chesapeake, Angelique Aaron Talk, 13 News Now.
And in Norfolk, Police Chief Mark Talbot recently said the addition of nearly 200 flock cameras citywide is giving them a boost in solving cases. He mentioned Hampton, Suffolk, Newport News, Isle of Wight County, and Franklin also operate that technology. Police in Portsmouth and Virginia Beach are working to install some.
Now, there is no expectation of privacy in public. Here's a little look into how it might help solve some crimes.
Thousands of cities work to eliminate crime, including hundreds of cities right here in Florida. Joining me now to talk about how this works, Holly Beelan with Flock Safety. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Lauren. How are you?
I'm good. So, Holly, tell me a little bit about Flock Safety. It's relatively new.
It is. Yeah, the company was founded just 5 years ago. So what we are is we're the first public safety operating.
Justin, do you trust all females in this case? Don't ask me. Use name, but think. Rachel, what do you mean in this case? TVs are spying. Everything's spying on us. Everything is spying on us. If you have an Alexa or you have a smartphone in your home, it is listening to you right now. Right? You say, what do you say to your phone? And it'll automatically search. If you say Alexa's name too loud or whatever, she's constantly listening. But well, yep. My refrigerator's got a freaking camera in it, inside it and outside of the
system that helps cities, so entire communities from private citizens to law enforcement officers, actually help solve and reduce crime.
Jacksonville, we have a lot of issues with crime. We see it every single day, over the past 5 years. Tell me a little bit about the results you guys have seen.
Yeah, so Lauren,
you got 5 tickets. Eye camera within 2 weeks. Didn't realize school zones were 24/7. You have to go the speed limit. You don't have to go 15 when the lights aren't flashing or they're not in process. But Europe, especially the UK, they've been doing this for years. They've had very similar cameras like this for years. The last time I drove in London, I rented a vehicle. Never do that. If you ever go to London, never rent a vehicle. Because we were going from London and we were driving all the way up to Scotland, and that's what we did. But in London, if you're just staying in London and stuff like that, you don't need anything like that. In London, I did not know But during certain hours, you can't go into certain parts of the city unless you want to pay a congestion fee. Yes, a congestion fee. And so London is obviously a very, 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 very old city. And there's not a lot of stoplights. There's roundabouts. Roundabouts. So we are driving in London, and I mean, going just fucking tailing it around London, sightseeing. Roundabout, 10 feet, roundabout, 10 feet, roundabout, 10 feet, roundabout. Go again, you know. So I get home, and my mailbox has as much mail as it can possibly hold, because there is so many tickets already in my mailbox. It was close. I think it was $1,600 worth of tickets after it was all said and done. $1,600. And I'm like, what's going on here? And so I called, and they're like, yeah, there's congestion fees. I'm like, so you're telling me I have to pay to drive in your city extra during certain hours? And I'm just, polluting the city up with the biggest SUV I could find in London, which is like a small SUV here. I'm like, before I got there, I'm like, I want the biggest SUV London has. I want the biggest SUV. And though I get there, and it's like, I don't know, everything's diesel. And it's a stick. It's not an automatic. And it's very tiny. It's like maybe a mid-size SUV. They were like, "Oh, mate, that's big. It's big." You were thinking luggage. Yeah, I just tried Greece for 10 years, Justin. Oh, I'm just telling you, after that, I never, ever rented before anywhere in Europe that I've ever been.
It's definitely not just Jacksonville. Unfortunately, across the country, we're seeing difficulty for law enforcement agencies to actually recruit police officers. And unfortunately, as part of that, we're seeing violent crime go up in cities across the country. So what we're doing is we're actually helping thousands of cities in over 40 states now, and thousands of law enforcement agencies solve hundreds of crime every single day, and also reduce crime. So we're seeing communities report to us that the system helps reduce crime by over 70% in certain communities.
So how does it work? That's the big question, right?
Bridget, oh my God. And not only that, I love the UK. I freaking love the UK. But, there is some differences, right? And one of the biggest differences is the size of your cups. The size of your cups. I'm like, I want a large coffee. And they're like, and I think you call them, it's like American white or flat. I don't know what the hell it is. I can't remember. And I'm like, I want a large. And it's like literally the size of a shot glass. I'm like, I want a large. It's like this big. And especially you go to Scotland, but there's very little takeaway, like very little, like you sit down at the place and you drink your coffee there. Like you don't take it with you. You take it with you, but it's in your stomach. That's how you take it. No ice. They don't really ice anything, no. Mm-mm. So there is nothing. I'm like, can I get this to go? And they look at you like you have two heads. They're like, why would you want? And they're right. They're actually right. We're just actually always in a hurry here, you know. And they're like, why would you want to take your coffee to go sit down and enjoy it? Why don't you like spend some time and enjoy your life a moment, right? Relish your coffee. Nope. Yes. Boo, let me tell you something. I got premium and I'm seeing ads. I don't know. Block is like being under tracking surveillance, which law enforcement needs to have warrants. These surveillance tools are invasive and unconstitutional. You are in your car. You have privacy. I don't know. Truth Sleuth. I think that can be argued two ways. Because the only time, so like, for instance, like if I am out in the road and I am recording a neighborhood and it sees inside your house, your blind is open, your window is open, that is not an invasion of privacy. Now, if I would walk up in your yard and then look inside the window and record, that is an invasion of privacy. And the thing with, these cameras is I'm very mixed on them, because I feel like, to a sense, there are many of our freedoms being chipped away, and technology, with the good comes the bad, right? You are in your car, you have an expectation of privacy. You have an expectation of not being bothered. I think that's what they mean with that. But outside, right? So, like traffic lights, right? Well, it records everything. It can record everything. So, yes, it's good in the fact that it helps, if wrecks are taking place and who's at fault and all of that. But also, it's like it kind of is an invasion of privacy, and I don't know the right answer. Because I appreciate the good, but I also feel like there's also just this other, just chipping away. But, they say criminals don't have privacy. If you're not doing a crime, then it doesn't bother you. I mean, how do you feel about that? It, so I don't know. I completely understand traffic light cameras are not constitutional either. If you get a ticket from a light camera, it will not be held up in court. In London, they are. I'm just telling you. Trust me, I know that.
Right there.
I've never had a traffic light camera, like ticket or anything from America.
Yeah, good question. So we pair devices, so hardware like automated license plate reader cameras, which actually capture the license plates on vehicles, and then things like sound, audio crime detection, and machine learning software to actually solve crime in both a proactive and an investigative fashion. And I can help.
And as, AI continues, it's going to just get even crazier, right?
Break that down for you if you'd like.
Yeah, explain that a little bit. So, for instance, would this work in an Amber Alert situation?
Yes, you got it. That's a perfect situation. So what happens is we tie into national and state crime databases. So people think of the National Crime Information Center, which is maintained by the FBI, or the Amber Alert system, which is maintained by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And when a vehicle that's associated with someone that has stolen a car, or a wanted felon, or a vehicle associated with an endangered person, like a missing child, passes the camera, local law enforcement in that area actually get a.
Yes, Misty, you are right on that. There are insurance companies that will give you a discount if you sign up, with it tracks your phone, right? They can kiss my grits on that. I'm not giving them access to my phone. I'm always driving over the speed limit. Always. Yes, Mama Shaw, I did. Yep. I sure did. Sure did. All right. Let's get back to this. I'm all sidetracked.
Question.
Okay.
I might put you on the spot, but
nah, you're fine.
Okay. All right, let's ask theirs first because I don't want you to go, I'm over here.
No.
Credit goes to our beloved Hindsight in here.
I gave you my word, and I told you I'll stick to my
Hindsight's
word. Can I ask? Then I'll ask you now before I go to theirs, before I forget.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
What in the world is this on your arm on day 8, the interview? It's a scratch or a bite mark?
Left arm or right arm?
Oh, I don't know. It's the one where you were in the green shirt. And I think it's I think it was the right arm.
So right arm slightly above the elbow. If
I think
I'm
it was,
guessing.
I think
Notice how he will ask the question, left arm or right arm, and then he'll say right, and she said right arm, and then he'll go, yeah, I have a scratch right above my elbow. It's actually below, but he knows exactly what he's talking about. Exactly. Now, to be honest with you, I don't think I would remember like many scratches on me, but he's got them on both arms.
it was right below, if I'm not mistaken.
So I've got 2 spots on one on my hand.
Listen.
And I got one on closer to my elbow. There are 2 spots.
Uh-huh.
We have little Morkies. And we have one that's very playful. We have one that's not so playful. And I like to roughhouse my little Morkies, and I put my hand down and they chase it around, and I don't stop and I let them nibble. And I've been dumb enough and I've gotten scratched by the bigger one.
They got their claws clipped and not grinded, so they're rough right now.
Yeah, but I thought you hadn't been home for almost a month, or all month. I thought it looked like fresh scratch. I'm just saying.
when I'm in a green shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were talking to Fox 17.
Okay, Fox 17. I had already been home. So I got home February 26th. That can be released because that's when I came home.
Yeah, you're saying it was a new scratch then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no, I came home February 26th. We did the interview, and those are scratches that are fresh.
Okay.
Look at that arm. Look at that arm. Now, I don't think this is a Morkie. I don't think it's a Morkie personally. I don't know about you, but I think this is something more on the area of, I feel like this is in the woods, right? Scratches, could be scratches by someone, could be brush, could be, moving materials. Something like that. He was playing with those dogs about like I was. Yeah. He says the bigger one. Well, the bigger one is not big.
The day I came home, I was actually still wearing my work clothes.
Okay, so y'all,
Why is that funny? Why would he laugh about that? I was wearing my work clothes on that. Oh, that is just not funny whatsoever. I don't believe someone when they laugh like that. And they want me to believe what they are wearing. Why would it be funny that you are wearing work clothes in any situation? Yes, they want to lighten the mood. Funny. It's just ridiculous. work clothes for construction workers are street clothes. I busted out screaming. Packs of Morkies running around. Hide your kids. Yeah. Lord have mercy. I mean, if they did his arms like that, they are going to put Morkies on the do not insure list, right? Along with pit bulls and Shar-Peis.
He's saying that is a fresh scratch. So I'll say it now. I have also asked about that picture. So that is a fresh, after he got home from his little dogs.
Thank you so much. Oops.
I think it's a hard question.
I
Thought you hadn't been home for.
There's some big, and it appears to be bruising there as well, if you ask me. I would love to know one thing. Yes, breaking news. Morkies are the new pit bull. Live at 11. You see those bruisings? Now, one thing I would like to know is there any I just thought of something. Does anyone have that? Justin, don't lose too much weight. Can you tell I've lost weight? Can you tell I've lost weight? How you doing? Does anyone have that video of whenever Edgar and Seth, Mr. Foot, was together when he was searching with him that day? Thank you, Pamela. How y'all doing? Thank you. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. You have lost and I've found it. No. Oh. I gained the weight Justin lost. I'm telling you. It happens. It happens, sister. Where they were in the truck together. It's where just any of that. It doesn't have to be. It's just when they are together. When they're out. I just thought of something. If anyone has that from that day, please send that to me. Because I just thought of something we can look into in that video. It might tell us a lot. I can't believe all these snacks haven't made me gain any weight. No, it's the one and the only time that I'm aware of, to the best of my knowledge, that Edgar has looked for his stepson with anyone. That, but I don't even know if he would notice at that time, to be honest with you. If CP wasn't working Thursday, February 23rd through Sunday, February 25th, then was he preparing the necessary things needed for a meditated plan? In my opinion, this was indeed premeditated. I don't know. I don't know. I don't recall ever. Was it the day that Seth was calling Sebastian's name at the barn? I just remember Chris and Seth being together. There was other people searching as well. Can you say snacks? Snacks. They want a disco around the situation. Yes. Yep. Yep. But we are staying right on this. I remember Seth telling about it, but haven't seen a video of it. Well, and then remember Mr. Foot said that he rode around with the police officers. You know, they were telling him a few things. You know, like, well, they also rode around with, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer. You're not special. Okay? Just because you rode around with him doesn't make you special. They rode around with Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay? Terry Lynn could have been correct about the poker party. I think when CP realized KP wasn't going to agree with letting Sebastian go to sets, that's when there were planned, allegedly. You know, the thing is, they said that it took some talking into, but she eventually agreed. Lead investigator C. Purvey in his mind. That's right. Okay. All right, let me find something here. This is all we need to talk about. Might be right here.
Once I've completed searches and followed up on tips, people have said, hey, did you check this, such as the fireplace? And then I got to ask myself, what's next? Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, none of this is fact. They would say hearsay as well. But I was contacted by someone who worked with Chris Proudfoot in the past. Contacted by them maybe a couple of weeks ago through email. It's taken that long, maybe 10 days ago, for me to get things together and be able to get them on the phone and talk. I'm not going to reveal a name, as I said, I won't. I had to say this person was good person, and probably wouldn't even mind if I did, but I'm not going to do that. As I've told you before, you know, I want someone who may have something to share to feel comfortable that they can tell me these things. I can share it publicly here in a forum, free speech.
And you know something, that's one of the reasons why, you know, in my opinion, well, I mean, I've been told this like directly by people that a lot of people, a lot of the other neighbors and stuff, they've wanted to speak out about, you know, Sebastian, about anything that they know, that they've seen, that they've heard. Right? I mean, and you know, you can make the argument that, well, you know, as long as they tell law enforcement, that's all that matters. And I assure you they have. But also, you know, they should be able to come out and speak their opinion without, just victims of this circumstance themselves, the people in that neighborhood. They didn't ask for any of this, but they get attacked. You know what I mean? And I think them, if they would speak publicly, there's only been one that has spoken publicly. I think it would help a lot of us from both sides, no matter what side you're on, understand things better. So, but they won't. A lot of them won't come out because of the way like Bobby was treated and stuff. Just by merely living in the neighborhood, speaking her opinion and her experience.
And it's not a distraction. Okay, it's not a distraction. Listen, remember, okay, couple of things. Say his name, and we're not allowing any distractions. So why are we about to discuss what we're about to discuss? Because allegedly, in my opinion, and in most people's opinion that share their thoughts with me, and you hear on other channels, the stepdad, Chris Proudfoot, and the mother, Katie Proudfoot, feels like they're hiding something. If they're not, I'm wrong, come out and tell us. But it feels like they're hiding something. Where were you for 17 hours? What were you doing 12 hours in the home? Your son is missing, and we want to help you find him. Do you want to find him? Why are you omitting things? Why are you answering questions, and then all of a sudden you don't want to answer anymore? Okay, so I got on the phone with this person. Person currently not working with Chris Proudfoot and not when Sebastian went missing, but has worked in the past. So what are we determining here? I just want to know what kind of person he is and what that person thinks with this going on. A lot of people have talked about money, the Proudfoot money, or rather the Bauer Sox money. Allegedly, in this guy's opinion, and others I've heard, they've got money. Okay. And with that comes not only the ability to do things, but in this person's opinion, Chris feels like they'll do anything for him. One phone call and they're there. How does this relate to Sebastian and finding Sebastian? Did they get a phone call that night from Chris? When it was time, in my opinion, to remove Sebastian from the home, were they part of that? If they will be there, as most parents will for their kids, would they go that far? Questions we're asking. Okay. Was it more than two people involved, CPKP? Were there other people involved, Bauer Sox? Question mark. I'm just looking at my notes I took as I'm talking to this person. No one knew about Sebastian until the next day. Now, this person doesn't work on that job site, but he knows people who do, who were there with Proudfoot. And as I was told from the previous person who was there that day, removed from the crane, 11 a.m., gone. And I knew when he left, they didn't know about Sebastian being missing. Well, I found out they didn't know until the next day. They didn't know until they did 11 a.m., gone. And I knew when he left, they didn't know about Sebastian being missing. Well, I found out they didn't know until the next day. They didn't know until the next day. Question: would Chris have continued working had he not been removed from the crane? Said this about the crane.
So
why would you be on?
So they didn't. There's always been something strange about this story. Let's think about it. Because remember, the story goes, again, his words, not mine. But he says he was up in the crane whenever he got this call. It was around 6:03 in the morning. He says he's listening in this ear, he's talking to KK in this ear, but he's got his earpieces in and he's trying to listen out of this ear too because he's getting orders. And that never made sense to me for multiple reasons. One, from the research that many of us have done, you don't get in there until 7 o'clock. Right? Number two, if you got there at 6 o'clock, I mean, y'all see how fast. Yeah. Yes, Lily. Yes. But let's think about this a minute. If he was actually in that crane, guys, at 6:03, let's think about this a minute. Hold on. I want to Google something. Let me check something. Okay. Climbing a crane, typically for a crane operator to reach the cab, takes about 15 minutes, depending on the height and the weather conditions, with most operators taking a break between sections of the ladder for some rest. Some may even take 30 minutes to climb. So if he was in there, let's think about this for a moment. If he was up there and he was already getting orders, right? Already getting orders, right? They're in full production. The way he's making it sound, right? Full production. He's getting orders, right? Which means he has already climbed up by 6:03. He's already opened that cab. He's already started everything up, right? He's already got situated. He's turned his walkie-talkie on. And something's hooked up or not hooked up or something, because he's getting orders at the exact same time she's calling. Right? Because his words is, he wears his earpieces. One, he talks to the ground or whoever he gets the orders from. The other one he was getting from KK, saying that Sebastian is missing. So if it takes you 15 minutes to get up there, right? That's 5:45. You're already in full production. Let's say 15 minutes to get everything on and all of that. That's 5:30. But why would he be there that early? Especially if he didn't go to sleep till after midnight. Which means if he, like I said, if he was there at 5:15 like people claim, well, that means he had to get up at the very, 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 very latest at 4:30. Lakeside, thank you, babies. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, my sweet Lakeside. So, Justin, Google crane operator safety gear they must wear. He thought no one except Seth would care. Okay. But love you too, my dear. Good to see you, Lord.
On the crane at 5:15. Why would you be on the crane before daylight? No one operates a tower crane before daylight. It makes no sense. Just think about it. Common sense. Okay? Common sense.
They're, in my opinion, they're not operating that crane at 5:15 in the morning at a children's hospital. First of all, it's not even within the designated time frame for the city.
What else? Allegedly, in this guy's opinion, that this is big on the disappearance of Sebastian. Allegedly, in this guy's opinion, he's telling me that Chris Proudfoot didn't work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Let me repeat that. Sebastian goes missing on the 25th, 26th, Sunday, Monday. That Saturday before the 24th, that Friday before the 23rd, and that Thursday the 22nd. I'm being told. What did he say? He said Chris didn't work those 4 days. Went on to say this: if I didn't work for 4 days and had 4 days off, I would go to my family. I would go to my family. I would go to my wife. Where did Chris go? We don't know. He says he wasn't in town. You're telling me you had 4 days off, allegedly, and you didn't come home to see Katie? Question marks. So we go back to no distractions, but these things are question marks because, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, I feel strongly about this. Chris and Katie know what happened to Sebastian. There you go. What are they hiding? What are they hiding? Okay. Theory on this guy, not my theory. Theory on this guy is Chris's parents were involved. And with the whole RV situation and them getting their RV and them going to Alaska, that he feels strongly that that could be where Sebastian is, somewhere between Hendersonville and Alaska.
I mean, I don't know why, in my opinion, if you are off the weekends, his words, again, Mr. Foot's words, we, not verbatim, but we are like any other ordinary working family. We work Monday through Friday, and on the weekends, we try to get things done, right? Like around the house, and spend time with family and stuff. So, you won't mention anytime after the 5th up until the morning Sebastian went missing. Why wouldn't you go home? Why wouldn't you go home? In my opinion, there's only a few reasons why you would not go home. This is just my opinion. In my opinion only. One, you don't want to be around your family. You don't want to be around your wife. Right? Number two, you're not allowed to be there for a certain reason. Number three kind of goes in with you don't want to be around your wife, meaning you are having issues in a relationship. And you're done. Number four, there is someone else that you are fine spending that time with. Because 3.5 hours is not long, right? You can leave at 6 a.m. 9 a.m. You can leave at 6 a.m. Well, you can leave after work on Friday, right? And be there in 3 hours right after work. Right? You get off at, 4, 5 o'clock. You can be there for a late dinner. You leave the next morning, you can be there for breakfast, brunch, easy. Just like Don Wells had to stay at work. There is no reason. We was just talking about him being up in the crane and all that stuff. But not only that, what we was just speaking about, but why in the hell? This was our question for a long time. Why would you not leave if your stepson is missing? Why would you not leave? If you've known since 6:03, and you don't leave for several hours, and it's not because allegedly you told them that your son was missing, but because you were allegedly kicked off. Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Oh, butterflies, are you okay? Good to see you. Good to see you, darling. No, I don't believe, but I'm sure he was separated. Yeah, the math isn't mathing. And Marie says, my opinion, I think he got suspended from job. Not telling others is huge to me. Well, yes. Why? Let's think about this a moment. Why would you get your job up in the air? I've never heard that. Ever. Right? Like Seth, his job, they all got together and donated their hours, right? And helped Seth and all of that. But the foot, hell, what did they do? They threw his job up in the air. Why? If someone goes missing, someone gets ill, like a very life-changing thing going on in your life. That's one of those really bad things that happens in all of our lives sooner or later. People don't kick you while you're down unless something's really wrong here. He's not obligated. Where was that? To tell his contract workplace he has a wife in Sepson. No, not at all. Not at all. Ditto. Thank you so really appreciate you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for your support, my love. Thank you. Really appreciate you. That super sticker. He had not been working on this job that long. I don't know. Does anybody in chat know? But from what I understand, oh, the storm hit on your birthday. Goodness. But I don't think that he had been working there very too long. So it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. Mid-December. I thought it was January. I thought it was January. Now let's think about this. Let's think about this. He's willing to tell us that, and again, his words, he was home many days in January. Many days in January. Now, if he was still working down there in January, why can he tell us that he worked down, he was home many days in January while he was still, assumably, working down there? February 4 posted he was working at the St. Jude Project. His boss would be contracted by St. Jude Project. Interesting, Mohawk. I do want to show y'all a little something. One second. That's not it. Lord, it's just to make you. Here we go. I think I got to do it like this, maybe. Just do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate it. Okay. Could y'all hear that? Could y'all hear that? There was no sound? Damn! I'm sitting here laughing my ass off. Why can't y'all hear that? Let me see it like this. Open. Okay, maybe I'll do it like this. Oh, it might be because it's. Oh my god, you guys got to go watch their Mr. and Mrs. E Karate and Machete. Oh my god, it is so funny. I played it this morning. Their reaction, I'll find it here in a second. Their reaction, oh my god, just the burst of laughter that they do after that, it just tickles me.
I've never gone down that route.
Here we go.
I know other people have. By just sharing what he told me, what he believes.
Funny, K-Mac.
And other things being spoken are just how Chris's behavior is. Everything we've heard on the call-in interviews out of his own mouth, how he gets irate, how he gets angry, and people will say, why are you getting so angry? That is allegedly from this guy's opinion.
Listen,
how he is. He's that way. He can be that way on the job site. He can be that way when you go out and have some beers.
From what I understand, because he is one that even from several years ago, being in doing what he did in the military, your people around you, he was not allegedly very well liked. He had a couple people that I guess were more friendly with him, but overall not so much. Not so much. Anita, thank you, my dear. Really appreciate you. Thank you, Justin, for keeping us informed. Also, a big thank you for not getting involved in the needless drama and seeing with your heart. It's much appreciated. Thank you, my dear. Really appreciate that very much. Very much, my dear. Thank you for your support, and thank you for just noticing that. I appreciate you very much. They stand out like a blue thumb. And it makes me wonder why Sebastian wanted friends, right? Like he wanted friends. And he just was it some I don't know. I don't even know if Mr. Who could get along with anybody. It's kind of his way or the highway, feels like.
You go out to dinner, it's just the personality trait. I used to think it was something because of the stress of Sebastian being missing, and maybe they didn't know, and maybe he felt like he was being attacked. I don't think it takes that. From what I'm hearing, this is who he is all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll sum this up, and I'm not trying to assassinate a character here. I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm just trying to see what kind of stepdad was in this house with this boy who is now missing, and I feel like this stepdad is hiding things. It's a consensus. He's not a likable guy. I've said this before. Based on his own words, he makes himself unlikable. Well, now I've spoken to two different people who share the same feeling. Just not someone you.
Now, someone has spoke to Silver, two people, he alleges. And guys, I told you that I had someone contact me that he knows. They reached out to me, never even knew they existed until they reached out to me and I confirmed who they were. And this person alleges that he was really done with the relationship with his wife up until close to before Sebastian went missing, allegedly, according to their opinion. What happened? Did this pull them together? Sometimes tragedy, bad things will pull people together, or it will pull you apart. Now, the thing that I don't understand is if the reason you were, if allegedly, rather, scratch that, if allegedly one of the reasons you were leaving was because of your stepson couldn't take it anymore. Allegedly didn't want him around your daughter. Well, he's no longer there, but what happens if he comes, if he's found, and God, I pray that he's found and he's okay. But how would it work out if he's found and he's okay? Is it still going to be you wouldn't want him around? I think it's horrible to make a child feel that they're not wanted around someone. Because let's think about this. Whether it was said to Sebastian that he wasn't allowed to be around his stepsister or not, he would eventually know. Right. I mean, let's think about this. He was at, he goes to Seth's during Christmas. He didn't get to see his sister, his stepsister. He got to talk to her over like video and stuff. But what happens, let's just say the Foots got custody, which I don't, and Sebastian was with Seth. He's going to wonder, why he can't go over and be with everybody else. Why can't he see his, they FaceTimed or Facebook video message. Why? Seth has called them psychopaths. It's got to be horrible stuff in that report. Yes. Snarky Mama, you're right. It would have to be. It would have to be. Yes, Trishy. One of the worst things you can make for any human being, especially a child, and it's even more of a sin when a child doesn't understand the way that you and I understand. But one of the greatest sins to a human is making them feel unloved, unneeded, unseen, unnoticed. And that was not a doable, it wasn't a doable relationship the way he wanted it. Right? What did he think Sebastian could do to anyone else? Oh, Trishy. What could Sebastian do to anyone else? Now, I know what, y'all are, but, that was, something that happened in California. To him. Where, I mean, like, the thing is, if something's going on between siblings or family members, you don't get rid of them. You don't get rid of them. You don't throw them out. You work through it. You find, right, if protocols have to be in place. But the thing is, they never even tried. They never even tried. They never even tried because I don't think Sebastian ever got to even see his stepsister in person other than video. Right? Communication is so key, yes. I bet it makes him sick. Yeah. You do well, you find, you know, solutions. Like I have a thought, what if it happened to and it was a family? It was someone, that happened to Sebastian. It was someone that was whoops, there went my lights. 1 second. Swept under the rug by all alleged accounts, just like they're attempting to do with Sebastian. Yep. That's what a lot of families do is they sweep it under the rug. Thank you so much, Panthers, my darling. In my opinion, as much glee as people got from winning Sebastian, I wonder if he called him and accused him of being what he claims. How heart-wrenching, allegedly. Torment me. I wonder if he called him and accused him. I don't understand. Like, I think I might, maybe I might understand. I gotcha. Okay, I think I know what you mean now. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. The other Sharon, thank you for 7 continuous months, my darling. Appreciate you. Thank you, Justin, for keeping these kids in clear view. You're the best. Thank you, my dear Sharon. You are the best. Thank you for 7 continuous months as well. Discussing good chat. And Sebastian had spent time with his sister, but it's been a while. Yes, it had been a while. Wow. Right. And it's, things were, they're growing up. Things change, right? But there's measurements put in place, right? Um, just like especially like, I don't know, like really back in the day, and even still now, there are groups that, if you were called, you were dating, or they called it courtship, where, the brother would go with his sister and the guy that she was interested in, right? They would go on a date together, right? Or if there is, you know, you don't close the bedroom door, or, you don't go in the bedroom, or, there's different, you know, things you can put in place. Chaperoned, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like they never even gave him a chance with that. And, I just think about Sebastian feeling. Can you imagine? It would be like, what's so wrong with me that I can't go over during Christmas and see my sister? You know what I mean? Because who says that? A foot. Yeah. Well, the absolute mocking. No, they didn't. They didn't. They didn't, and that was under their roof. And now under the roof in California, that happened, and he goes missing in Tennessee. No clubs, no friends, no internet, just paper clips and pennies. Right?
You can trust. Okay? There's a few choice words to say. I'll keep it clean for this. I won't say those words, but it was strong opinions from both. Okay?
I would have loved to hear that.
Okay?
I don't know about you.
So, the other thing I was told, and I'll be very careful on this, but I'm going to say it, then I'm going to jump into court rule and it's kind of go in line. Allegedly, in this guy's opinion, like I said, if I was in a court of law, this would be hearsay. I'm just sharing the message. Allegedly, in this guy's opinion, he overheard Chris say at one point in time, a couple of years ago, several years ago.
Listen to this.
Long before Sebastian went missing. I got two things. One other thing is that if I ever unalive someone, you would never find the body. If I ever unalive someone, you would never find the body. This is an alleged over here.
Now, wow.
From a person telling me, in their opinion, from what they heard him say, if I unalive someone, you'd never find the body. Why do I bring that up? I only bring it up because out of his own words, Chris keeps stating, you're never going to find Sebastian. Was what he said 3 years ago a foreshadowing to where we are now? Allegedly. Allegedly. Hearsay. And lastly, and this goes to, can he trust a Chris Proudfoot? This guy worked with Chris many years ago. And we all know that at that time, 3 years ago, he was still or was married with a Katie, and Sebastian was his stepson. These guys worked with Chris.
Yes, Donna. Didn't Sebastian make reference to belonging in a trash can at school or something, that they were going to throw him in a trash can or something like that? I don't know who it was going to throw him. And that is hearsay. That is absolutely hearsay. You're right. He said dog would never It's bizarre. It's bizarre because the trash ran that night or that morning. And Sebastian allegedly took out the trash. Someone took out the trash. Now, what I would like to know is at any other time, that one time that they took out the trash or someone took out the trash, was there any other time that someone went back to that trash can? Did they take any more trash cans out? Did they take any other bags out? Any other thing? Now, allegedly, the trash was heavier than normal. Well, the thing is we know that if we see it, they did check that one time, if it was taken out or if someone took it out, and they said, yes, you could see someone, but you couldn't see who it was. I think it's extremely important to know if there was any more things taken out. Because let's think of it this way. If the trash was heavier, now we all take the trash out to the curb. Some weeks you have more trash than others. But if it was significantly heavier, why was it significantly heavier when there was just 2 people there? I'm asking a question. Why was it allegedly significantly rather, more heavier when there was just 2 people there? That doesn't make sense to me. Mhm. It should be less, right? It should be less. Unless there was something, purchased, that something broke, but anything generally that's really heavy, like like a portable air conditioner or something like that, you don't throw those in the trash like that. So why was this allegedly heavier? Unless they made him throw his stuff out or something heavy was inside. Yes, but also, if it was significantly heavier, could little Sebastian do that? by himself? Could he do that by himself? What if Seth, law enforcement showed Seth 10 minutes of video with the trash truck. Why didn't they show him the full video? I don't know what you mean. That's what I wonder. That's exactly what I wonder, because that would be very heavy, in my opinion. Right? Any sort of cameras, computers, cords, anything like that would be very, very heavy. An automatic arm can weigh the can as it's lifted. The truck has a max weight limit to return, to dump, to empty, then resume pickup. Yes. Is True Sleuth in here? She's still in here. That could explain why they searched in the landfill for the equipment. I mean, I don't know. Well, but something, it's wrong here. Rosa, thank you, my dear, for 3 months. Really appreciate you. There she is. Oh, oops, I knocked this stuff. Hello, Justin. I would like to express my deepest appreciation for your invaluable support and guidance you have consistently in all the. Oh, thank you, my dear. Thank you, Rosa, for continually supporting me for the last 3 months. Really appreciate that, my dear. Thank you for your kind words. It means a lot. Thank you, Rosa. Appreciate you. It's good to see you. Hair's beautiful, by the way. It's so beautiful. Justin, you have the trash truck where the men pick up the cans by hand. Yeah. Yeah. Now I've got excuse me, I've got a picture of the trash truck that ran in that neighborhood as well. Something is important with that trash. Something is important. It's very important. In my opinion, I don't believe hey, Trusley, what do you need? Just I was going to send you something. I don't really need anything. I texted you a minute or just a little bit ago. The construction site dumpster went to Kentucky, but the residential went to Gallatin or Nashville. Is that right? Did they check both? From what I understand, they checked all of them. It was never, ever supposed to get out that they were searching a landfill. At least 2 places were checked, from what I understand. We had 3 different trash trucks, 1 for compost, 1 for trash, and 1 for recycle. I heard so much. Gallatin is the only a transfer station, not real landfill. They didn't spend a lot of time in the landfill. And I don't know why. Right? I don't know. Now, you see them picking up a paper in one of the video footages. Alicia, did the landfill catch on fire? The landfill did not catch on fire. There was a building on the landfill that did catch on fire. It wasn't really anything significant. They could have found something rather quickly. Yes. I don't know, but something they found or they were looking for something. There was 2 search warrants for the one in Kentucky. I have that up. I've showed that somewhere. I live here. It caught fire and closed for weeks. Yeah, I've got a picture. 4 to 6 hours in that landfill, and they did not have protective clothing on either. Yes. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. Bobby, thank you so much, my sweetie. Good to see ya. Thank you, sweet Bobby. Really appreciate you, my love. Hope you are well. I wish a reporter would ask them if anything else in their house has ever vanished. Thank you again, sweet Bobby. Really appreciate you, my dear. Thank you for your support. Let's ask that about Sebastian's room being messy. Was it usually messy for him? Could that be evidence of the night before in terms of his behavior? Upset, then they responded with punishment. I'll be honest with you. Okay. Scratch what? Okay. So allegedly when Seth got there, the bedroom was really messy. There was supposedly, trash behind the bed and all that. Now, why? Um, I understand, kids get their room messy and all of that, but the way it seemed like, they wouldn't allow that unless they just did allow it and someone went in there and got mad and said, "Look at this room. It's a total pigsty. You better start picking this up or I'm going to pick it up." And it got into a situation. I wonder if they're not telling us pretty much what happened that night. Mom held me back, one, time whenever I was going to, throw the stuff out. I would tell him to go take out the trash, or I would pick up the stuff. I would hand him the bag, make him take it out to the trash can, and then take it out to the curb. Could that have happened that evening? Absolutely, it could have. Police tossed his room. So, this is my thing. Let's think about this a moment. if you go and you're looking for a child in the house, right? You look under the bed, not there, right? Look in the closet, not there. Do you need to physically like pick up the mattress for him to know that he's not underneath? I don't understand why they would tear up his room. Like, if he's not in there, he's not in there. Why would they make a bigger I mean, I know law enforcement can make a big mess, sometimes. They're not, but you would think they wouldn't. I don't know. Hi, Justin. Do you think Leilani did something to Quinton after Danny left for work? When it comes to Sebastian, I do think there's something with trash. Hey, Scorpio. Thank you for 15 continuous months, my dear. No, I think it happened early in the, like 1 or midnight, 1, 2 o'clock-ish in the morning. Yeah. That's personally what I think. Because he likes to make his own. Yes. Kitchen is because he likes to make his own breakfast. Sometimes she literally walks out into the kitchen area. Yep. Exactly. The problem state with the in our opinions, do y'all think the pick of Sebastian Saturday, February 24th is a bruise on the Adam's apple, or if it was it 1, 2, 6, or 12 days old? I think that is a bruise. That is one that I think it's a bruise. I've looked at it very, very, very closely. There is a shadow, the way that goes down across his neck, but I do believe that is a bruise. And I'm usually, a lot of people's like, oh, that's a bruise, and a lot of things. And I'm like, I'm not, I don't really think it's a bruise. But that one, I personally feel is a bruise. How old it is, I don't know. But what I do think is that if something happened to him and there is foul play, I think it could have been in the head neck area if something went really wrong. Residential trash did not go to Kentucky. Stop putting out false information. One leaves her for 29 years. Cece, what are you talking about? We was just talking about the dumpsters, and we was just talking about the transfer place. But that's not the way you talk in here. Okay. So if you've lived there 29 years, you need to learn how to get your 29-year-old manners together as well. Okay. So, CC, see your way out. They obviously, whether it's home trash, whether it's construction trash, whether it's CC's trash that she's putting in chat, they obviously wanted to know something, or they knew something, because they got warrants 10 days into a child that is missing that says that he walked off. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. You need to clear out one or turn up the hearing aid. Turn it up. Anyway. Let's fix my little lipstick for CC. She's cussing me right now. It's probably stink socks, probably Cruella. Thank you. I try. Try to do it classy. Just say, "Hi, Justin. Just like someone did just a minute ago. I can't remember who it was. They said, "Hi, could you clear this up for me, Justin?" What do you mean by that? Can we clear that up? Because sometimes I run from one point to another. Thank you, Bobby. You're sweet. You're sweet. Just say, "Hey, can we clear that up?" That's all. Not, "Oh, you're putting out false information." The last thing, ask for a pathology expert to come on the show. I could do that. We could do that. How you doing, Art Taylor? I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much, my dear. Really appreciate that. Good to see you. Goes missing. 365. 360. But 365. I think that year was 2024 a leap year? Maybe 366 days in a year, and Sebastian goes missing on the day of divorce. I call they planned it. Well, what's your opinion on lip stain? You wonder or something. If you like him, you like him. You know. Feels like 360 now. She is asking for a quick update or refresh of case. Justin, did you see Pearl message? I did not. Where's Pearl? Thank you, Misty. I don't see Pearl. There's nothing really. I mean, 2024 was a leap year. Remember the day they got divorced. Right. Why that day? Why that day? It's, we're not supposed to believe in coincidences. Let me tell you something. One of my sons, for his birthday, he wanted a tub of pink Starburst. Amazon sells them. You're welcome. At the point initially law enforcement was told missing child, they would toss his room because he was missing teenager. Perhaps. But also, let's think about this a moment. Let's think that the police go in there and they just start ripping shit left and right. What if they're messing up stuff that could be very important later? Hey, Molly. Thank you, Babs. What if they're messing up potential evidence? It's not good. Not good at all. Guys, I will be live early as hell in the morning. I've got to go to bed. I do want to thank you all so much for being here. I know my lives have been a little later. Apologize. Tomorrow's another trial day. Tomorrow's going to be extremely busy for me. I sent you a text about TBI. Hey, girl, mom. Oh, thank you. So listen, tomorrow. Thank you, MTV. I will be live with the trial. I have to take my mother-in-law for her cancer scans tomorrow. Nonetheless, I will be streaming it from my remote location. It might be a little scratchy at sometimes because the mountains that I go through in this one little area, so it might be a little scratchy for a few minutes, but it'll be okay other than that. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Whose birthday? Thank you, guys. Whose birthday is it? Can a mod send Justin text to an email? Thank you, guys. My mother-in-law's she's like a mother figure to me. I love her. We lost my father-in-law almost three. It'll be 3 years in January. Oh, thank you for this. I just got that text. Who is this from? Okay. One. Oh, Do you mind if I share this hindsight?
Now, Chris, you were at work. You were out of town at work, so you were not even home.
Correct, ma'am.
And Mom, you fell asleep on the couch about 10 o'clock, but you said that Sebastian went to bed at 9 p.m. And
I love how you do these videos. Hindsight, you and War Eagle. Y'all do amazing. You know, I pointed a lot of this out, and you guys, pull the transcript and make them into bite little sizes. Me, I make a 3.5 hour live on it, but you guys just put it in one little section so people can see it and just have it there.
And then you got up off the couch and you went to bed, and you said that was around midnight. And nothing was unusual at that point. Everything seemed okay.
There's actually a piece of, so to make something very crystal clear.
Now look who chimes in. Look who chimes in here. See, he's got to chime in right here.
Clear. So that way there's transparency across the board.
Why do you need transparency across the board whenever a child just walked out by himself? You don't need transparent. Why the hell do you need to give us transparency, right, for something that happened hours before he supposedly went missing? Unless that's part of the story. Chris.
Me and the mom were on the phone at 9:43 or 9:46 in the evening. We stayed on the phone for quite some time. The call logs have been verified by all the police departments, TBI included. We stayed on the phone. It was very lengthy. Mom did slightly start falling asleep while she was on the couch. I had said, hey, you need to wake up, put the dogs up, go to bed. Now, mind you, that was right around midnight, just before midnight or right around midnight.
Mm-hmm.
That's much different than falling asleep at 10 o'clock. But then she goes to the real bed about midnight. Asleep on the couch about 10. But you said that Sebastian went to bed at 9. And then you got up off the couch and you went to bed. And you said that was around midnight. So to make something very crystal clear, so that way there's transparency across the board. The moment you say transparency across the board, I think you're lying. Me and the mom were on the phone at 9:43 or 9:46 in the evening. We stayed on the phone for quite some time. The call logs have been verified. Why would they need to verify the call logs? He walked out the door, silly. What? The call logs have been verified? Why would they? This is a 15-year-old boy that walked out the door, right? The call logs have been verified? Why? Day 7. By the police department's TBI, we stayed on the phone. It was very lengthy.
So then mom does go to bed and wakes up early in the morning to go wake her son up, get him ready for school. And now we have a worried mom who can't find her son in the house.
Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó?
Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Thank you, girl mom. Appreciate you. Enjoy life. Appreciate you. Can you pretty please share the Amber Alert of Sandra Mendoza? Did someone send it to me? And read the chat. Okay, I just got this. Hold on. Important. Scroll to the bottom and there is a Q&A. You can read the chat. Yeah, that's the TBI. But what do you mean the chat? I don't know what the chat means. Okay, let's find Sandra Mendoza. What is it? It's an Amber Alert. 4 minutes ago. Here we go. The hell? Authorities in southern Colorado we are looking for this Amber Alert. Come the hell on, dude. Where is this not working? Okay, here we go. Thank you for telling me that. Enjoy. This is sweet Sandra. Tori, thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace, my dear. Really do appreciate you. If you receive that, make sure you thank our sweet Tori. Authorities in southern Colorado issued an Amber Alert late Wednesday after a 13-year-old girl was reported missing in the Pubel. Am I saying it right? I'm really bad with Spanish. Okay. Pueblo area. The girl's name is Sandra Mendoza, and she is Hispanic with black hair and hazel-colored eyes. Mendoza is 5 feet tall, weighs approximately 100 pounds. She went missing at 5:10 p.m. That's very specific, and was wearing a black shirt and blue jeans. Anyone who sees Mendoza is asked to call the Pueblo police at 719-553-2502, 719-553-2502. Police said the Amber Alert said that Mendoza was at the 1200 block of South Prairie Avenue when a vehicle that she was in was stolen. The vehicle was recovered, but Mendoza has not been found. Okay, I don't understand that.
Is quinol turmeric.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you love your turmeric. It is very good. And I'm not even sponsored. Oh, shoot.
6, Aurora's mayor sounding like a broken record.
And I literally...
False claims of a gang takeover.
Christ. I ran the wrong one. I hit the button.
Government tracking a woman's pregnancy is the most invasive idea possible.
Okay, fine. 9 minutes ago. It was last stated 3 minutes ago.
Now at 6, Aurora's mayor sounding like a broken record.
No, they're not taking over.
False for months.
Migrant crisis.
And
to the troubled ownership here.
card.
Affinity between
In life. Supporters say this really would help the short.
Few key deadlines.
And we're
Plus big changes on.
Okay, I guess. All right. This is the Amber Alert. Here we go. Y'all need to see this. Last seen October 16th at 2024 at 5:10 p.m. That would have been 8 o'clock, right? Eastern. 8:10 Eastern. Additional details. Sandra was in a vehicle when an unknown Hispanic male stole the vehicle from the 1200 block of South Prairie Avenue in is it Pablo County with her in it. The vehicle has since been recovered by law enforcement, but Sandra is still missing. Sandra was last seen wearing a black shirt and blue jeans. If seen, call 911 or the Pablo I don't even know how to say police department at 719-553-2502. 13 years old, female, hazel black hair, Hispanic, 5 foot even, 100 pounds. This is the buffoon that is the suspect. He looks like a typical douche. If you ask me. Why didn't he? I know, Babs. I know. It's crazy. Thank you again, Tori. Appreciate you, my dear. The thing that I want to know was she like sitting in a car? Amen, Donna. Finding the emerald. Of course. Was she like sitting in a car and it was started? And this guy just jumped in and got in it? Is it something else? Wonder if the car was carjacked. It was stolen. So it had to be, it was started. Definitely started. Oh, the vehicle was recovered at the 1100 block of Cypress Street. Let me see here. To Pueblo. It's Pueblo. Police authorities believe Sandra is in danger. This is a developing story. I hope, pray to God, guys, speak it now. Please, Lord. I hope that he did not do something to her. And God, I pray. Lord, God, I pray. Thank you so much for sending me this. This is the Amber Alert that went out on someone's phone. Wearing a black t-shirt and blue jeans. Was in a vehicle when it was stolen. Babs, this is Pueblo, Colorado. Pueblo, Colorado. One second. Can you please? Perfect. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If anything breaks on this, I'll let you know. If you see anything that breaks on this, call me, text me. Preferably text, unless it's like really, really emergency. All right, guys. Yes, let her be safe, please. Please, Lord. Get some rest. We got to be up at 9. We're going to be live at 9 a.m. Love you guys. Good night and God bless. Thank you all for everything. Love you. Pearls. Good night.